Hello, I'm Kim Burley and I'm proud to be part of a team of UniSA academics who teach 100% online degrees and are passionate about online WIL. I'm happy to introduce to you a project close to my heart that scaffolds WIL in our online creative industries degrees. Designing and teaching online WIL curricula has several unique challenges. Our students want authentic, real-world experiences, yet they want to study asynchronously without ever setting foot in a lecture theatre. And how do we connect industry partners with students in a useful and meaningful way in the online space? Well, that's where we brought in some help from a WIL-ggling. Enter Greg Page, CEO of Heart of the Nation and more famously, the OG Yellow WIL-ggling. Greg started a charity in 2020 to raise awareness of... Actually, why don't we get him to tell you himself?
Hello there, UniSA online students. Greg Page here, also known as the OG Yellow WIL-ggling. You may have heard that in 2020, at a WIL-ggles reunion fundraising concert, I went into sudden cardiac arrest as I left the stage. And if it wasn't for 4 amazing people and their use of CPR, combined with access to an AED, I probably wouldn't be here today. There needs to be greater awareness in the community of what is known as the chain of survival. Call for help, push using CPR, and shock with an AED. Since founding my charity, Heart of the Nation, we've had fantastic support from so many organisations and individuals in the community. And most recently, I'm really excited that we've partnered with UniSA Online to help raise awareness and create buzz about Heart of the Nation. Dr. Kim Burley and I have been collaborating to create student-centred activities and assessments that are real, authentic and useful to us, Heart of the Nation, and hopefully you, as you develop your portfolio of industry-standard work.
We started collaborating on a project in June 2023, and in a year, students spanning 3 year levels, 5 courses and 4 terms have engaged in activities and assessments for Heart of the Nation. Underpinning our curriculum design is the aim that students would make the connection between scaffolded WIL skills and knowledge and the real-life tangible issues faced by Heart of the Nation. Scaffolding occurs by gently introducing formative mapping activities for first-year students, asking second-year students to go more in depth in their analysis or digital asset creation, and then third-year students build upon their knowledge and skills from previous courses to create industry-standard websites and social media strategies. Engagement and interest from students has been high, with some activities involving Greg's charity seeing a significant increase in participation. The best student work is presented to Greg and his team, with feedback then given to students about its usefulness. Greg has even recorded personalised thank you videos for students.
Hello content creation for media students. My team and I have been reviewing your work from term 3 and we are blown away that over 40% of the class chose Heart of the Nation for your major assessment. Your ideas and analysis will inform our strategies for web and social media content. Hello, Chris, Joe, Ruby and Serena. It's Greg Page here. Now, just a short note to say thanks so much for choosing Heart of the Nation for your web design review. I've had a look and I'm so happy with your ideas and proposals that our Operations and Corporate Relations Manager, Joe, will take some of your ideas as inspiration for redesigning some of our content.
Well, we have certainly had a lot of fun with this project in the past year. Plans are underway to replicate this scaffolding model with other industry partners, as well as revising activities and assessments to suit Heart of the Nation's evolving needs. There has also been discussion of perhaps remote internship opportunities at Heart of the Nation HQ.
Just a heads up, when you do other courses with UniSA Online or later in this course, you may see Heart of the Nation pop up again. So look out for our logo throughout your studies and also keep an eye out for AEDs in public. Keep on wiggling.